Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. I certainly think it will be a happy Thursday. The sun is finally shining, but we hope you're not rushing right out into that yet. Because we have got an hour full of crafty Christmas fun for you today. Are you ready to see our incredible new stamp collection? It is delightful. I cannot wait to show you, and it is launching today. It's called the Midnight Christmas Classics collection, and it is perfect for beginners, intermediate, advanced, whatever you are at in your stamping journey. You can use these as an absolute treat for your Christmas cards. Stay with us to see how easy they are to put together. Showing us how easy they are to put together in the demonstration station, we have the one and only Natalie.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm excited about these stamps because I loved like coming up with different ways in which you can use them. So hopefully we can show that today.
Definitely. There are so many tips, tricks, techniques, everything you can do with these. My name is Rebecca and I'm going to be hosting you through this wonderful show today. In the producer station we have Emily. Good morning. Morning. Good morning. And first things first, let's have a little look at this week's Win It Weekly. Have you seen this prize? It is our Storybook Woods Luxury Topper Collection. 8 topper sets, 4 designs, 2 of each. It is our beautiful, beautiful artwork in here. Absolutely gorgeous characters throughout. Really nice soft colour palette here. Just taking us down to the Storybook Wood with all our animal friends. Absolutely gorgeous. It's worth $19.99. There's 5 lucky winners and we're going to announce them on tomorrow's show. So there is not long left to get your answers in. And we would like you to like, share and comment your answer to the following question. How long was the world's longest Christmas cracker? Is it A, 63.1 metres, B, 78.3 metres, or C, 34.6 metres? Okay, who knows? Nat, what's your favourite part of a Christmas cracker? Is it the hat, the joke, or the toy?
The joke. I love a good Christmas cracker joke. They're always terrible, but they always just make me laugh for like hours on end. So Christmas cracker jokes, definitely.
Yeah, they are the best.
Yeah.
What's the joke?
The
joke's everybody's favourite. They wouldn't be the same without the joke.
They would not be.
So yeah, absolutely. Let us know your answers, A, B, or C. So we are going to be announcing that tomorrow. Okay. Stamp time, absolutely gorgeous. Let's have a little look what's coming up in our show. Okay, I don't know about you, Nat, but I think that VT just gives you an idea of how many different things you can do with this kit.
A little hint, really, doesn't it?
A little hint.
A little hint.
But there's loads. We've had cards in that VT that chop it up, use coloured ink, stamp onto coloured cardstock. The plethora of options are genuinely feel unlimited, honestly. Let's dive straight into this, shall we? So this is our Midnight Christmas Classics. We've got our festive favourites here for you. As you can see why they are our festive favourites. It's not hard to tell. Look at these beauties. So these are our midnight stamping range, which gives you that really nice silhouetted background and then your image on top that you can add colour to if you wish. Obviously it's perfect if you're a beginner and you want to try some monochromatic styles. You can just stamp and go with these. Obviously the stamping press is going to be your best friend because they're nice big stamps. So we've got these two here that are A6, and then we've got our slimline one here as well. So we've got the Ornamental Christmas. This is this one with those beautiful baubles, starlight throughout there, just little spangles and speckles there. just the gorgeous soft branches there, and like I say, those wonderful ornamental Christmas baubles. Again, you could be stamping this twice and decoupaging them, popping some gemstones on those patterns. Cool. Wouldn't it? Absolutely. You could really bling them up, couldn't you? You've then got your picturesque poinsettias here, the little trio. Obviously that would look great landscape or portrait, perhaps just popped behind some acetate, whatever you want to do with that one. 3 gorgeous poinsettias ready for you to colour, obviously in the iconic red, but we do see pink ones, white ones, or you could do them in nice frosty tones as well. And then again, we have got this gorgeous Christmas tree there. So gorgeous, isn't it? A real Christmas tree there with those pine needles there, just so delicate and soft. You've got the big star at the top, adorned with Christmas lights, and again more starlight throughout there as well, and then that little wicker basket at the end. So there's so much detail on there. You can just see how much there is to be colouring or just trying out all your different techniques. They're £8 each. However, if you want to get them this way as the bundle, we're going to give you one for free. They're going to be £16. Look at those discounts as well once you sign in with your club or diamond account, bringing them down to as low as £14.40.
Wow.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It's really good value.
Not only are you getting one for free, you're saving even more money on top.
Even more pennies.
Even more pennies, absolutely, which is going straight back on Christmas goodies, of course. And let's just show you them in the packaging, because we've got them just with a gentle little bit of colouring for you to see. And then this is the finish that you're going to get. So they're like photopolymer clear stamps for you. You just place them on your, we would definitely recommend a stamping
100%.
press as opposed to an acrylic block. Obviously, you know, each to their own, but we would definitely say for that precise finish, there's a lot of black space around here. Do get your stamping presses out. It will give you much better results and a lot of confidence with your stamping. And again, that is that slimline one. So they are beautiful, but let's see what you can make, because once you start getting your inks out and getting some techniques going, this is when they really shine. Gorgeous. Even just colouring one on this one. This is by Julie. You know, just leaving them. Oh, I love this one too. This is by Barbara.
I really like this.
Oh, isn't it cute with that little string and this hessian? Really rustic and charming, but it's absolutely gorgeous. We've got another one that uses a bit of Snowfall Miri, and again, decoupaging those poinsettias. We've got this one that cuts them out and uses them as elements, you know. You don't have to keep them in that sort of strip formation. We've got this beautiful little pastel number from Sharon, just making the most of that, and that's done in teal with that little bit of spearmint on top as well, that paler colour that you also see behind it as well. Again, we've got a little bit of heat embossing. These are so much fun. If you are a beginner, you can just simply heat emboss them. Really nice. We've got ombre techniques.
Oh, this is
stunning. Absolutely stunning.
So nice.
I want to say, there's no name on this, but I want to say it's either, I don't know actually. I don't recognise that handwriting, but it is a beautiful card with that rainbow mirror. We've got this one in those rich jewel tones. Again, decoupaging those baubles up. Absolutely spectacular. Again, another little heat emboss number. So easy, but so glamorous. And then we've got this one that heat embosses onto our Diamond Sparkle Shimmer card. How spectacular is that? Wowzers. All the shine. All of the shine. And then again, I love to see poinsettias in blue. Oh, gorgeous. We've got this Merry and Bright one. This is by Magda as well, just really utilising that white space. And then we've got another green and gold one by Rachel, and she's just chopped into that and giving it some real height and dimension, almost like a pyramage technique there. So there's loads and loads you can do with this, absolutely loads. We've got more card models to show you. You can obviously, like I say, shop online. Emily has kindly put that website up for us, hunkydorycrafts.co.uk. The codes are on there, But I think it's time that we get a little demonstration in. Natalie, are you ready?
I am ready. I thought that I had brought in some gold embossing powder and I haven't. I've only got silver and there's none down here. Would you mind going to steal me some? So what we're going to do is we're going to do that gorgeous tree first of all from our Christmas classics. And I'm going to place this onto some parchment. So we are actually going to heat emboss this onto here. So first of all, we're going to start by laying down our parchment, and I've got my sort of my magnets ready to go. I'm going to have them on either side here. And when you're heat embossing, the best thing to do first of all is just to grab your anti-static bag and place that around, just to remove and sort of give it a layer so that you don't get any elements anywhere else. So let me get my correct ink out. We're going to lie this down now onto here. Now I am popping this in the center. You can sort of have it wherever you want, but because I've got those stamps on either side, I'm just using the area that I've got to stamp that with. So just pop in our ink onto here now. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So we are just going to add our ink pad on here. The top tips for heat embossing is to make sure you add as much ink as possible, and also you know, it's good to kind of have a brand new ink pad, I think, sometimes, and then have one that maybe you just grab for like little sentiments that hasn't got, isn't as juicy, but I love this technique.
Oh, we're going on to parchment.
We are going on to parchment.
I missed this bit.
So I'm going to use my press just to make sure that I've got a lot of the detail on here. And I think when you're heat embossing, you are, or just stamping in general, we do sort of like just press it down and then lift it up, and sometimes it needs that time just to like soak in to make sure that it's fully covered. So don't worry about rushing with this. Right, let's lift this up now, and with your heat embossing, although it's quite clear, sometimes we can lift up this element and you can see whereabouts it's got to. Let's go in, nearly did it in silver then. Let's go in with our powder and we will hopefully have this all covered or near about. So I'm just going to shake this around my paper and then we're going to come all the way down onto here. And we've got quite a bit of this covered. There are some little bits that are missing, but we're going to cut this out anyway, so it's not a massive issue. So cool. Let's pop this into here so we can reuse that powder again. And I'm just going to move my stamping press out of the way and bring that back in. So I'm going to go in with my heat tool.
Amazing.
And we're just going to bring out the areas in here. Now, like I said, I've done this twice for the card that we're making, so it will give you that gorgeous, gorgeous design on here. And I think because of the style of the artwork as well, if there are some areas that, you know, haven't caught first time with your embossing powder, it's still going to give you that really nice vintage look to your stamp. Yeah, especially definitely. When you're using sort of like gold and silver colours. So
yeah,
let's
absolutely.
Just pop that around there. You want, even though we're cutting it out, you want to make sure you fully heat emboss all the areas, otherwise you're just going to get embossing powders everywhere. So let's just pop that out now, and then I'm going to bring in my scissors and we're just going to cut the tree out of this paper here. So going around all of the areas where our sort of sprigs are, and just cutting around, leaving like a nice gold edge to it still, because of course you want that nice feel to your card here. So I'm just going to run that around here like so, and we're going to, I think we're going to cut around a little bit of that base as well. So let's just keep going around, making sure you're cutting around those baubles too. It doesn't have to be super precise here. It's completely down to you how neat you want to be with your cutting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So move around this area. I'm going to remove this bauble just because you're not going to be able to see it with what we're doing. And then just go around the edges here. We're keeping this card quite plain and simple in the design. So let's just go back up into here. And you can see now where those areas have sort of missed out a little bit. You really can't tell with the sort of style of card that we're going for here. So back up to the top of the tree, just around that branch there, and we have our design sort of removed from the area.
Oh,
so
that
that
looks
is
so cool.
one of my trees. And then let me bring in my other tree as well. So we have 2 of these trees to work with. And I've actually used a different embossing powder. I think this one was a Cosmic Shimmer and this one is a Wow. So actually your golds are different as well. It gives you a really nice look there. I'm going in with my combo die as well for my sentiment. So what I'm going to do is just grab a little bit of paper.
I feel like this has been your favourite die of the season.
It absolutely has been. I'm going to grab my embossing ink again, and just to bring that gold back into our card, I'm just going to go over with my ink pad.
I think people will be very pleased to know that you heat embossing it. Karen Butler says, love watching it change. Michelle says, still love watching embossing powder. And me, very satisfying, so relaxing. I think everybody's definitely down for a bit more heat embossing today.
It is one of our favourite things, and it works so well with the stamps that we've got on the show today. So just making sure that that is fully covered again, and then we can just lift this out. There we go. And then we can just get that excess off there. And again, just pop this back into your tub because you can use it all over again. So just pop that over there, and then we'll finish off our sentiment, and then we are done. So I'm just going to grab the end of that. I have taken a little bit of powder off there. See if we can just replace that. And then I'll just move it over here. I'm probably going to regret this because that powder's probably going to...
one. You might be okay with it, just gently on there.
I should be, because I'm not sort of aiming the heat towards there, so it should be fine. And then just going back over again with your embossing powder, so you can match that sort of nice texture on your stamp with your sentiment as well. So trimming that out. And then the size of card that we're going to make here is going to be a 6x6.
Nice.
So just popping that out the way now.
Oh, that looks so shiny.
So let's get our card together. Now I have taken the largest or the second largest die from my circle dies, my straight edge circle dies, and I've just cut an aperture, and I've done exactly the same with another piece which we're going to sort of mat and layer onto here to give us that nice sort of really nice clean and fresh white look. So I'm going to take some construction glue first of all. Your construction glue is really good for using with a number of different mediums, but parchment is definitely one of them. So I'm going to pop one of my Christmas trees sort of in the center. I think we're going to go with this one, and then this piece here is going to just tuck in the front of our card when we pop that other layer on. So let's just stick this around here. If you want to add a piece of acetate into your aperture here to help hold your stamp, you absolutely can do. I'm just going to place that in the center there, and then we're going to add this panel onto our card with some foam pads. So let me get my really nice strips, and we can just move them, place them around the edge of our card. I'm just going to scoop that into that corner there.
Perfect.
And then this one again. So let's just pop that over that. I think I might still maybe move that center tree over a tiny little bit so it's more towards the left of my aperture.
Yeah.
And because you've got that construction glue, we still have the ability to do this. And this is mainly because of the placement of my sentiment when we finished. So let's pop this in here, and that's going to encapsulate that design in there. So we've got really fresh, clean white design there, and then we can pop this into here. Now this is where your construction glue is going to come in super handy, because I'm still a little bit over on the edge there. So can I pull that out a little bit more?
Oh, very clever.
So I can get this tree where I want it to be. There we are. That's better. So make sure you just secure that back down where you've lifted that out of your aperture. And again, you can make sure that it's tucked back in where it needs to be.
Nice and snug?
Nice and snug, yep. And then we're going to stick this one. So just sort of overlapping those branches into there. We're going to stick this one onto this side here. I don't know whether I should take some more of those branches off. I'm not sure now. Let's just pop it, let's just stick it down on there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go around the edge of my piece again using construction glue, because again it's a really great medium to use with your elements. And then I've just put a little bit on top of here so our Christmas tree sticks down. I'm going to tuck this underneath there like so. So we've got that nice layering of your trees. That's going to sit really nicely on the front. And then because I want it to be really straight, I'm just going to run my scissors up the edge of here so that that Christmas tree falls in line with that sort of like white space that we've got there. And then let's add our sentiment in. So I'm going to go with Joy, and I'm just going to place it across the top here. Now I am going to add this on with foam pads, I think. Now that is ludicrous because of how thin this
very
is.
Thin.
So I'm going to just trim down my thinnest foam pads, kind of in half.
Okay, cool.
Onto here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start off with one side of our Joy. So let's just do the leg of that Y. And then snip that off. And then with this piece, because you've already got that height from your foam pads on here, tuck that onto itself, and that will make you that same thin foam pad, but that's going to be double the height on here. So again, just pop in your foam pad off of there, and then we're going to tuck it onto the tail of that letter on here. And what's quite nice, because it is a very white and gold card, is that you won't necessarily see that element on here. So let's pop this onto here like so, keeping it really nice and simple for this card.
It's gorgeous.
Removing those sort of elements out that we wanted to use, and you've still got that gorgeous aperture effect as well. You can add more foam pads or glue, of course, into any of those places where you think that you need more. And then I think let's just go in with some gemstones. So I'm going to use these gold glitter sepia ones.
Nice.
Keeping it super, super classy for Christmas. And I'm just going to go with 3 here, I think. Keeping it really, really sort of simple in the design.
It's perfect for it though.
There we go.
Gorgeous, so classy and elegant. Like you say, I love the different embossing powders. One's kind of more bronzy gold.
It's quite nice, isn't it? You could mix it up as well. You could use like a copper, so you could do like another third tree like in the background, and do that in copper. So you can really build it up, but on your parchment as sort of like an addition to your card, it looks really, really nice. And of course it gives you a completely different look than the stamp that we're going to do next, because we've not used that sort of midnight black design.
Yes.
We've done something completely different with it.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Karen says that is an amazing use of foam pads. She's a foam pad engineer, guys. Myra says, stunning Christmas tree card. Love watching heat embossing. Minimal colour combo works so well.
It does.
It really does. Absolutely. Beautiful card. Natalie Colleen says, love, love, love that card. You just can't not be in love with these stamps. They are amazing. Let's make a little bit more room, shall we? I've got everything everywhere, as per usual. Okay, so part 2 of our show. We've got more of the Midnight stamping collection for you. This time we have our beautiful snowy scenes for you. Now these are absolutely spectacular. Just look at these incredible snowy scenes that you're going to be getting. These are stunning. You have got the beautiful Christmas cottage here. I mean, it just really is so, so nice. You could just imagine inside, cozying up by the fire with a hot chocolate. You've got the wonderful old-fashioned lamppost, the wreath just draped over the gate there, the garden gate, smoke billowing out the chimney. It really is such a picture postcard scene, isn't it? And then we have Snowfall in the Village. That is another slimline stamp. And again, you can just see all those height and dimensions from all those houses just going down the hill. You've got the wonderful church there as well. Lots of different cottages, snowy hills, the moonlight. Lots and lots of snowfall as well. It is absolutely stunning. Again, a really nice one to work with as well. Again, another one that looks great. They all look great heat embossed, but again, this is another one in particular that looks great with some heat embossing. And then we have a Robin's Christmas. I mean, just look at him perched on a branch. Again, you've got the Christmas cottage in the background and the scene there, but it is all about that robin. It is absolutely stunning. Again, once you add a bit of colour to him, oh my goodness, he comes to life. You get him just nestled in that gorgeous holly tree there as well. Lots of trees in the background and snow there. Again, you could be fussy cutting and decoupaging him.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah, 100% watercolouring him. Everything that you want to practice all your colouring techniques with, this is a great one as well. So that is absolutely stunning. These are the same price as well for the whole bundle. So if you want all 3 of these, you could be spending £16, saving £8, so you're getting one for free. And again, your discounts do apply on these as well.
And how crazy is that? If you're a Diamond member, you can get both collections for less than £30. So an extra £6 more on your bundles. You're getting, is that right?
So the $14.40 each for our Diamond members.
I mean, even if you're not a Diamond member and you sign in, that's £40
over. Yeah, true.
So that's crazy.
Yeah, because these should be £24. Wow, this is crazy. Absolutely crazy good value. It is. That's why it's worth getting them all. £30.40 for every single one if you're a club member. Even more if you're a Diamond member. That is just phenomenal value.
Isn't it, when you think of it like that?
Yeah, it's going to work out £28.80 if you're a Diamond member, so even less than £30. For stamps that you can use again and again that are this much of a showstopper, let's show you the packaging as well if you want to just see what they look like in their packaging. So we've got this one, this is our gorgeous robin. And again, just simply having that black background with a bit of colour to make them pop. And then we've got our beautiful slimline one. Again, you could be making like triptych or triple fold cards with this, stamping it 3 times. Again, gatefold cards.
Gatefolds look really good.
Yeah.
One on each side.
Absolutely. Get all your fun fold techniques that you love from Papercraft. You can definitely carry those through into your stamping. Again, look at that delightful scene with a bit of colour on it. And then the cottage here. Absolutely beautiful. We would all love to be staying in one of these for Christmas, having a nice little cozy old time, watching the movies, watching films. Gorgeous stamps here. Let me show you some card samples because this is where they really come to life. Let's get this gorgeous little diorama number out. Absolutely beautiful. This uses our ombre snowflakes pad, our Matte-tastic, and the Prism ink, that Prussian blue. If you still want that kind of midnight feel,
it's really nice, isn't it?
It's so effective. Again, I think we've got a little bit of decoupage going on in here. Yeah, definitely the bunny. Again, you can just see all that dimension there. And again, you could make this with some Snowfall acetate in there. We've got this one, this really nice, just simple monochromatic. But it's just got a bit of, I want to say this is like our Stickles glitter glue. Yeah, which we do sell on the website in all our Christmassy colours. Just adding that bit of glitter glue to those areas.
It's really effective, isn't it?
So effective and so simple. Again, if you're just doing quick and easy makes, bit of red, green and silver, we have got these sentiment stamps coming up as well. So do not miss out on there. And just to make it a really nice little easel there, to just let that scene really pop. So many different ones. We've got ones that do utilise our colouring techniques here. So wherever you like, however, you like to craft with our stamps, you're just going to be in heaven. There's just something for everybody with these stamps. This gorgeous little sample from Barbara. This is the one that everybody just swoons over.
I love this one. It's very, very clever.
Isn't it beautiful? Let me pull it out a little bit, and there you can see.
It is a DL card, so it's still super thin, but I think it shows off as well, being on a DL, how thin those stamps are actually.
Absolutely.
But they are gorgeous, and this is it gives you like being in somewhere like Iceland or Norway, watching the Northern Lights over like a little cute town or village. It is incredible, isn't it?
Absolutely. Honestly, it was our favourite. It was Emily's favourite when she had a look at the cards this morning. It is made by our lovely Kat. Let's shout out that. And just look at those ombre techniques. I love the pink at the bottom as well. I can't resist a pop of pink. Again, we've got another one that utilises the same colour, but in that sort of gatefold technique there. Really, really nice. Those purples and blues, really contemporary, really, really frosty techniques as well. We've got this one as well. Nat, is this one of yours?
Yeah, we did this one on Hobby Maker, so you can watch that show back to see how we did this one.
Absolutely.
But it's really, really a really nice, fun way of using those stamps again.
I think so, definitely. This one has been done on stamping it onto the cream Matte-tastic for that sort of softer finish. You know, still the classic finish. It's still been coloured and stamped in the same way, but just stamping onto coloured cardstock again will give you a different look.
It really will.
We've got some nice frosty blues. Everybody is saying they're loving the blues. Different, but still really festive.
It looks really good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does.
Gives it that frosty feel. This one's really clever as well, using it as like a shaker element.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, like you say, it just gives it that really nice frosty feel, doesn't it? Really wintry and snowy.
I love the ombre on the Christmas there as well.
That's very
cool.
So nice, isn't it? Absolutely. You got those nice translucent sequins in there. And I think everybody's loving that ombre snowflakes pad with this as well. If you've got that in your stash, grab that out as well. Nice and warm and cozy colours in here. That's roasted pumpkin, cocoa bean and warm honey. Again, it gives you that ombre technique, but without having to go all the way down your stamp. You can just do it in the 3 colours and still achieve that look. So that's absolutely beautiful. The last thing I'm going to show you before we go to demo number 2 is these incredible Christmas overlay sentiments. We launched these with our Festive Folk, and we have done them in an everyday version as well. And everybody loves these because they're so handy. So this is the idea of them. So you get one big word in there, well you get 3 in total, but you get your big word, which is in a nice bold typeface, and then you get your gorgeous delicate script to go over the top. So you can stamp it in, again, ombres. You can stamp it in a paler colour and pop your stronger colour on top. You could do it in navy and light blue to really get that really nice finish there for you. And look at the combinations that you could be making. You can be making Merry Christmas, Merry and Bright, Winter Wonderland, Winter Blessings, Peace and Joy, Peace on Earth, Peace at Christmas. You could be using these in whatever way you choose to, and again they just look so good with everything. Just so universal. You're going to be using these time and time again, and it's only £8 for 10 stamps that you can make absolutely dozens of combinations for. Again, your diamond and club prices on there as well. But I think we're ready for demo number 2. Nat, are you ready?
I am ready. We're going to use that gorgeous Village DL stamp.
Nice.
So I've got a piece of 8x8 Ink Me cardstock here, and we're going to score this at 2, and then I'm just going 1 notch. We're going to do 2.5, but we're just going 1 notch over that because we just want it to be a little bit longer. And then we're going to go to the 5, and then we're going to go 2 notches over that 5, and we're going to make sort of like this tri-panel design here. So then let's pop this onto our press because we've got a little bit of stamping to do on here. So get my press in here. I'm going to pop my design onto here first of all, and then I'm also going to use some low tack tape because I want to make sure that my design doesn't go over these score lines. So just popping on a little bit of tape onto that area there. Just pull this up to make sure that it is straight. And just straighten that out onto the very edge of that score. Popping that on there now, and then we're ready to go. So let's get our Village stamp, and we're just going to stamp this in black. So I'm going to just pop this out of here, line this up for a first time because you're going to have to do this a number of times to complete this card. So just lining that up there, making sure that that gap at the top and the bottom is very similar. And then let's pick this up with our press. So once I've lined it up, I'm just going to turn it over just because our messy medium mat, it has this little groove, so it's easier to stamp this way around because you get that sort of full section on there. So VersaFine for this card is the ink that we're going to be using. We're keeping it very monochromatic, so I'm going to just use my black, and I am going over this so many times to make sure that every inch of this stamp is absolutely well and truly covered with our black ink. And it's just worth that extra little time going over and making sure that you are covered with this ink pad. So just going into those areas there again, and then I'm going to just pop this onto my press and just lie that down onto here. And again, you want to just make sure that you are giving it the time to really get that ink onto your cardstock. So we're going to do this 3 times across our 3 panels, but we're going to switch like the side that we stamped it on.
Cool.
So let's just lift this up. And the beauty of these stamps as well is that if it does miss out any areas, because we're using our stamping press, we just go straight back in.
Go in again.
And it is the beauty of this tool, really, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, we would say your stamping press is an absolute must. So do all you guys at home. You don't just have to take it from us that this is an incredible piece of kit. We have members all the time. It has got loads of 5-star reviews, and it's, you know, we just can't tell you how much we love this and all.
It is incredible for a reason, that's for sure.
Yes.
So just gonna add a little bit more pressure onto those areas, and then 2 passes we've got that gorgeous stamp onto here. So let's just take off our, I'm gonna do it the other way around. Just be really careful with taking this off because this is going to be your card blank, so you don't want any of that tape sort of pulling any areas of your image off. Sometimes it does do it, but we can work over that. So I'm going to switch it this way, and you might be thinking, well, Natalie, don't do that, it's going to ruin it, but it's okay. And I am actually going to put a fresh piece of tape on because I don't want any sort of mishaps happening here.
Of course.
So let's add those on, and then of course, because I've switched this around, I just need to change the direction of my stamp on my press. So line this up again with your card blank. So just being really careful because of course I am going to go with black. I don't want to have to clean it every time. And then we're going to pick that up and stamp it again. So just turn your press over, and it will be worth all of this, the effort that we're putting in here to create this card, because it is a very fun way of using this stamp. And of course, if you want to ombre your colours, you can do that too.
Yeah, of course.
You don't have to keep it sort of black and white. You could be using those gorgeous frosty blues or those purples and pinks that Kat used in her cards. So let's just pop this on again. So you've got 2 designs here. So let me just, and you could do, I'm just trying to think if you could do this card this way so that you fold it and like each side is different.
That would be cool. Could you do that?
You could. We're not going to do that though. We're going to do it a different way, but you could do it. I'll explain to you when we've got this next piece up. Just got that sky that just, there's so much ink coverage on that. I'm just going to go back in with my ink pad on that section there.
Absolutely amazing.
Just to recover in that sky. There's a little air bubble in there. And I think you could never ever do this with any other stamping press though.
Oh, absolutely not. Honestly, I knew as soon as we'd get this up, Emily has kindly put the code and the prices up on the screen for you. Honestly, I can't even tell you how many comments we have for this. Faye Beresford Green says, I do a lot more stamping now that I have this. Carol Rooney says, I don't know what I would do without my stamping press these days.
Everyone's
it's
the
amazing.
same, aren't they?
Patricia Keeble says, I recommend it. It is fantastic. Yeah, everybody is the same. A couple of questions about dispatch as well. I know we are super, super busy with the club gift. We had 50% going a whole in one day.
It was crazy.
So, and I know we are on a sort of 5-day dispatch-ish. But we do always offer a next day service if you are desperate for your crafting goodies. If if 5 days is a little bit too long to wait for your dispatch, because then obviously you've got the postage service on top of that as well. But we are trying really, really hard to get your orders out, and just want to say thanks for your patience for that. Oh, we're going in the middle now.
So we're going in the middle now. So on that 3rd panel, on the reverse of your design, you need to be really careful just to make sure that you're putting your image the right way around, otherwise this won't work. We're just going to pick that up and stamp it for a 3rd time.
We don't want any upside down villages.
No, it's just not going to work for the theme that for the design that we're doing here. It all needs to be the same direction, the same way up 3 times for this one to work. So again, just making sure you've got loads of ink on there and popping this on your press. Oh, how have we done this time? Just a little bit more in those center pieces. I need to turn my press around. I think that's the problem.
Oh yeah, because it's just resting on those grooves.
Resting. Adding loads of pressure into those center points where it hasn't properly got on there. Oh no.
Oh, is it moved?
It's moved a little bit. It's okay though. It's okay because I do have one that is ready to go, so we're okay. We'll leave it like this. It has moved ever so slightly, so you've got that shadowing on there, which is not what you want, but for the purpose of what I'm going to show you, it's absolutely fine. So let's pop this off here now. Got my tape off of there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold this over. So you want to take your burnishing tool. Let me get mine out of here. And I'm just going to fold that design onto here and burnish that across, and then fold this design onto this section here. So now you have that design in 3 different ways. And then we're going to take our craft knife. So just move out that your messy mat out the way and place this down on here. You want to place it flat. So I'm going to do the first sort of design here, and I'm just going to take it out from this section. So once you've got your stamping done, this card comes together really, really quickly. We're just going to move the design around here and then up across these houses, and then you can use your trimmer just to trim these sections out onto here. So just line that up on there. Oh, wrong way. First bit we're going to do is just take that down to that score point, and then that is going to be the front section of our card.
Nice.
So then we're going to switch it over, and then our middle section is going to be the trees around here. So of course this one is really, really simple because we're just doing all the areas around here. This tree as well does fill in, so I'm just going to go around that and then up the sort of area of our church here.
Amazing.
And then back around our trees, and then let's bring our trimmer back in. Now you'll start to see that I have lots of black finger marks on here because of that ink being VersaFine. It does take a little bit longer to dry than some others, and of course we've popped it onto our design quite a few times. So now you've got, when we fold this over, this gorgeous sort of triptych element. So let me get mine, because that one now is getting a little bit messy. Oh, I wanted to show you a top trick. Oh. So I've got all these like little marks on here now from where my fingerprints have been. If you just get like a rubber that you use with like your pencils and go over the top of that, because they're just like fingerprints, I'm adding more on here, they will actually lift off your work. So top trick, if that ever happens to you, because it does a lot with sort of VersaFine, and then those, it comes off quite a lot, and then if you do still have any in other areas, you can just go in, I've added more now, and take that off. So it does really help. So let me bring in my other one and show you what we've done here. So we've got that design on all of those sides. We've cut out those areas, so you've got that really nice card with a space for your message. Now you'll see I've just added, along with my Quickie Glue pen, I've gone along all the houses and their little tops and added a little bit of glitter. I don't know if you can see that yet. Can we see that? Is it shining? A little bit. You might be able to see it on the front camera a bit better. So we're just going to finish this off, and I've gone in with our Just My Type Christmas sentiments, and they're those really nice thin strips, and I've gone for Home for Christmas.
Of course.
So I'm just going to pop that on there, and then this card is finished.
Oh, and that is fabulous.
Can you see the glitter a little bit? I think you can, just ever so. You can on the top of the...
on the hills.
On the hills here.
Yes.
But that glitter just cascades all the way through that village. But it's really nice to give your card lots of dimension. Keep it very plain and simple in the terms of we're just stamping it in black and white. But it gives you such a really fun effect on there.
Amazing. That is fabulous. Such a great card. So much dimension. Love the zigzag fold. Again, you could be absolutely carrying over all your funky folds into this. Myra says, fantastic Christmas village card. Love that it's a night sky and the fussy cut layers. Wow, wow, wow. Karen Butler says, fab tip. I'm assuming that's about erasing your ink. But there's loads of tips. Michelle says, fabulous. Karen Butler says, fabulous. Susan Lamb says, so clever. Absolutely, these stamps really are amazing, and you could be making cards just like that at home with this midnight snowy scenes. But are we ready to repeat the Win It Weekly question and then have a look at the final part of our show? So this week's Win It Weekly prize is the Storybook Woods, and we've got 5 lucky winners. Okay, and the question is, how long is the world's longest Christmas cracker? Is it 63.1 metres, 78.3 metres, or C, 34.6 metres? Get your answers in. There's only today and tomorrow left to get your hands on this incredible prize. A, B, or C. Lots of answers coming through already. There is one that is very, very popular, but we're not giving anything away till tomorrow. Okay, we're going to show you our last little bit of the show, and it is going back to our beautiful original Midnight stamping collection, our Midnight Flowers, and these are 3 sets here. Again, if you want to buy these as well, have a little bit more summer crafting. We know some of you are not quite ready for Christmas crafting yet, or might do, and they just want to, you know, treat themselves to the summer ones as well, because they are incredible. We have this fabulous selection for you. These again are in that same bundle price. Their RRP is £24 and they're only £16, and there's 3 in total here. We have got the Dazzling Dahlias one here. This one's stunning. Again, if you're a colourist, this one's fabulous because you can get so much depth and dimension on those petals and those leaves. We've got the Spectacular Sunflowers one, and we've got the Radiant Roses. Absolutely stunning. So many different things that you can do with this one as well. You could just be colouring them in. Again, we've got heat embossing techniques on here, watercolouring. Again, funky folds here as well with your different colours of Matastic. And some nice little bits of ribbon and bits and pieces from your stash. And then we have the other set of summer ones that we have, which is the Midnight Butterflies. Now these are just stunning, absolutely stunning. Again, butterflies are absolute favourite. So we have got the Butterfly Focus one, which has your really nice large centerpiece butterfly in with those sort of shadow leaves and the two other butterflies just drifting off the page. We've got our butterflies all around, which is just that perfect background stamp. And then we kind of have the same idea in this slimline design in the butterfly trail. Looks so pretty with those blues on there. Again, they're £8 each. And they just, again, they're just phenomenal. You can obviously mix and match all our stamps across the website though. So if you like a few from this one and a few from previous launches, we've got any 3 for 2 across our stamping range. So again, you can just see what incredible designs these stamps just make. We've got this one again with that fussy cut detail. Isn't it so great? That aperture just looks phenomenal. So we love that. But obviously it is all about our Christmas ones. I'll just show you the boards one more time. And we have got these incredible snowy scenes for you here. And then we have got these ones as well, our festive favourites. But like I say, they're available as 2 separate bundles, or you can mix and match them up. Natalie, have we got time for another demo?
I think so.
A little cheeky
so
one.
I'm just in the middle here of just adding in one layer, because you do need to do this twice, and you've seen me do it a few times now, so I just wanted to get ahead of myself. So I'm just going in, and I'm going to show you how to do this as well. And I'm just stamping my gorgeous image onto here. I've just got a little bit of that roof there. So this is the effect that we're going to create, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So I've got a 5x7 here, and I've laid my stamp in the center. We're going to flip over our cardstock, and we're going to repeat that process again. So just add in your press back in. So I've got a selection of colors. We're starting off with Peachy at the top, which is a really nice orange colour. So you want to get that in most of the sky on there. Then we're going to go in with Roasted Pumpkin, and ever so slightly, just lightly, you want to add this to like the top of the house, so it gives you that nice sort of night sky mixture. Then we've got Gingerbread.
Sunsetty.
Yes, that's kind of the feel that we're going for here. Gingerbread is the next one. You want to add that to sort of like the very top of the house if you can. And then Muddy Boots, you want to start putting that in from the top of the top of the gate on the path. So Muddy Boots is that one, and then just mix those colours in together. And then we're going to stamp this. Let me move that out of the way. There's a little bit all in the way there, isn't it? And then stamp that on to here. Now this gives you such an incredible look, and this is how you can create those gorgeous ombres in your card. So just going in all of those areas, and then you can lift this up and you can see all of those colours starting to come together. I always like to go in to my sky a little bit more, just to try and mix those colours nicer, because at the moment you can see it's quite obvious where that join is. If you go in with your darker shade and then go back over with your lighter shade and sort of push that colour out, it does help with sort of clearing that up. And then let's go in again with our pumpkin.
Just sort of softens it down.
Yeah, you just want to soften the joins in the colour more than anything. And then back in again with our Muddy Boots, that really deep brown colour. And this looks so good in your blues as well, like blue into grey into black.
Absolutely.
Looks phenomenal. So pop in that down onto here, And then we've got our image sort of ready to go. It's looking really nice in that night sky now. So that is our inking done. You've got that on 2 sides of your design. We're going to go in with our craft knife again. Apologies, but it's going to be worth it.
Absolutely.
So for this one, I'm just going to use my craft knife to go around the very obvious sort of forks in the
Oh, like your fence pickets.
Fence panels. So just going across there, joining that one up a little bit because you do have that space where your piece is, and then you're going to carry on doing this all the way around your design. So keep going along. You've got snow on some, so you want to make sure that you're keeping that in there. It doesn't matter if you sort of go further onto the image because we are sort of going to remove that from this design.
Amazing.
And then back around here, back up to this section. And I think as well you can do this with your robin.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to do this design probably with your Christmas village actually, what we're doing here. So there's lots of ways in which this style we can be reusing with some of our other elements. So all the way across, and then we can just make sure we've got that whole section that just pops out from there. Let me just trim that away, and you want it to all lift out from here. And then I've gone with my, I want to say this is your fancy edge or bracket label one. We're going to go with the second largest and just slide that in, and that will fit in really nicely onto the edge of here.
That go?
So I'm just popping that in slightly a little bit more on there, and then we can just tape this down and run it through our machine to give us that gorgeous aperture effect. Let me get my tape.
Oh, I think everybody's loving how simple these cards are to do. Anne Richard says, this is another one where I wouldn't need to do much colouring.
No.
But your colour's already in the ink pad. She said on your previous one as well that she doesn't really do much stamping as well because as my colouring is poor. I'm sure that's not true. But some people, you know, don't particularly like colouring isn't for you, but I would have a go at that card.
Yeah.
That's the thing, you don't, you know, wherever you are in your crafting journey, whatever you enjoy doing as well, you can make these work.
Always something for you, isn't
Yeah,
there?
absolutely.
Oops. So just popping that through on there. You might want to pop in some copier paper as well, because what tends to happen when you've just freshly inked something is that the colour transfers onto your plate. So I will make sure I thoroughly clean these before we leave here today, because I'm getting shouted at for that. It's not done too bad actually. So just popping that out from here, and then you're going to give yourself this phenomenal design. So just moving that out from there. And then what I've done is I've taken the largest one to create a frame, which I'm going to stick onto here. But we have added lots of extra colour onto here with our pencils. So I'm just going to do a little bit for you. And then I do have one that we did ahead of time. So I've used like my greys, and I've coloured in our house to create that nice sort of you've got the, do you know like the lake houses in the lakes, and they're like kind of like that slaty grey?
Yeah, like a stone cottage, yeah.
So we're going in with that, and I'm honestly being very sketchy with my colouring as well, just adding more colours sort of like the tops of the corners of the houses. That will give you a really nice sort of shading effect. You can kind of already see that coming together there actually. My trees, I've gone in with this nice sort of khaki colour and actually just gone all over those elements, and then in areas where I wanted more of that green showing, and I'll show you this in a minute, and it's so easy to, because obviously you want to do both sides of this as well, so I'm just kind of focusing on it if it was to be short. Going in with your holly wreath as well, and then using this really dark green to just go into the centres of the holly leaves, so that adds that really nice hint of dimension onto there. And then you can just add in the red of your berries to build up the colour on this one. And then we're going to do that bow in red as well. And then once you've finished adding all of these little highlights and hints onto your colours and really sort of got into the elements there, you will end up with something that looks like this. So you can see all I've really added on here is my bunny is grey. I've coloured in the sort of arch here and given myself a red door, and then I've done the top of my house. So not actually that much more colouring than we've already done, and that's on both sides of our amazing design there. And then we're going to stick our frame over the top. So that is going to fit onto here. And then of course we need a sentiment, and I'm going to go in with those overlay stamps, I think.
Nice.
Well, so let's just peel the backing off of here.
Oh, the love for this card already. Susan Eade says she loves the colours, it's so lovely. Viv Williams says, I love using Hunky Dory pencils, they are so forgiving.
Popping that frame on just gives you so much more like dimension, and it allows your eyes to really draw into the colour as well on there. I'm actually going to stamp my sentiment on the inside of my card. Keeping it nice and clean on the outside. Where are they? Let's go for, let's just do simply Merry Christmas. Should I do it at the top or at the bottom?
I quite like it at the
top,
you know.
And of course we're going to use those brown colours that we've gone for. So Merry Christmas, we'll get our little blocks out because they are perfect to use on here. I'm going to go with roasted pumpkin, sorry, for my Merry. So let's pop that onto here. Mind my head, apologies. I did wash my hair last night, but I did that really annoying thing, and I don't know if anyone else does it. I didn't dry it.
I rarely dry my hair.
In straight. I have to dry my hair, otherwise it just doesn't feel nice. So it feels horrible today. I went straight in, and Dan arrived home at the same time with Oscar, and I went in the shower straight away. And then when I'd got out, he was like, "Tea's ready." So I was like, "Okay, I'm coming."
Yeah.
And then you end up having to like just go and sit, and then we watched telly, and I was really into this thing, and then by the time I knew it was like my sister had called me, it was 10 o'clock and my hair was still not dry. So then I was like, oh goodness. I did blast it with the hairdryer, but I woke up this morning and I've got that horrible feeling.
It's quite frizzy if you go to bed. Well, mine is certainly frizzy. Yours looks absolutely fine. But
Merry Christmas. Look how cute just even this part of the card looks. So you don't even have to do that fancy aperture, and you've got such a fun card there. But
oh, that card's stunning. That card is
probably
stunning.
Actually my favourite one I've made today.
I think so. It is beautiful.
Really cool. You got that really nice, fresh, clean edge on the outside, and then that colour. Oh my goodness, I love that roasted pumpkin ink pad. It is gorgeous.
Right, everybody is copying this card, including myself. Incredible card with that gorgeous sunset colouring. Loving these cut-out styles of card with these stamps. Thank you for an inspiring show. Hints, tips and demos. That's Myra. Faye says, wow, this is gorgeous, Natalie. Catherine says, love the card. The frame just really sets it off. Claire says, it looks like a gorgeous sunset behind the house. Honestly, if you get these stamps, make that card, because it just looks so nice.
It's really fun, actually.
So fun.
And so simple, because even though we do have to colour in like little elements, a lot of the colouring is already done with the inking. Yeah. So it's really simple.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It's a great way to use all of the stamps that we've got in this collection as well.
Absolutely, yes, 100%. So they are our brand new launch. We can tune into this anytime you like to get all of those inspirational demos, sorry. Okay, it is time to wrap up the show. TV schedule, Anne-Marie is at Hobbymaker today. Oh my goodness, she has got a jam-packed day. 1, 3, 4 and 7. Lots of shows to be tuning into. So you can see the gorgeous Christmas Village Elegance collection, some Christmas topper set offers, and another look at our delightful Robin's decoupage kit, which did sell out, I believe.
Twice.
twice, 2 times over. Wowzers. Yes. So if you want another chance to grab that, you can do. Next up on Hunky Dory TV, we have got a lovely bargain show for you. Fabulous Fiver Friday deals for you. It's myself and Kat doing that show. I cannot wait. And obviously we've got all of our amazing giveaways. So take care. Have a lovely rest of your Thursday, and we will see you nice and early tomorrow at 10 a.m.